Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them.
What's good? What's good? What's good? I got a lot of your messages, even as far as to go to Patreon. Y'all sent me this message. Yes, I'm just letting you know. Yes, I saw everything you sent. Oh, what's going on? I see you. Morning. So, Kwame Brown addressed Anton Daniels in a very convincing way. Yes, this is the very earliest live. I was so tired yesterday that I just had to lay it down, and take a nap. Now, here's the thing. Anton Daniels has an issue or drama or back and forth with Corey Holcomb. Everybody in the world has made comments about what's been going on. And everybody's gave their opinions. Kwame Brown, more than anybody, has been more objective than anyone else. I don't think there's been anybody more objective than Kwame Brown. That's right, Steve. It's good to see you. Nobody has been more objective than KB. Now, here's the part I don't get. Here's the part I have a hard time understanding. You are somebody who is known throughout this entire internet. You have a platform that's been successful and having a great run. And I don't understand how out of all these people you pick to mention Kwame Brown's name, and then my name came out your mouth. But he was reading a comment that someone else had posted. Because I guess someone saw me on the platform and assumed I was talking shit. When I was basically giving my observation exactly what I thought happened and took place, and the actions that led up to everything. Now, Kwame Brown is somebody who knows Corey. He said both sides were wrong. That was his statement. I remember hearing him say it from 21 Jump Street. He said both sides was wrong. But then he says, I don't understand how Anton could get upset over the photo when he was already making fun of children and things like that himself. So now as his kid, he's being a hypocrite. That's what he said. That's how he felt. I don't think it was a change of energy. He didn't disrespect Anton. He just said, hey, that's how I felt about the situation. He didn't even see the video. and already had made his observation
of what's happening in most spaces. I get a general idea. Kwame and Carcino is talking crazy. Yeah, Kwame Brown is super biased. It's sad to say lost a lot of respect. Oh, he's talking about me negatively? Well, I mean, listen, if I'm not mistaken, Kwame Brown was on the platform, right? No? Listen. Y'all got to give these people grace. I got to give them grace. And the reason that I say y'all got to give them grace is because y'all have to understand that most of these people are part of the industry, right? And so when I say a part of the industry, as much as they try to act like they're independent and they're independent thinkers, they're not.
So Anton responded, and he got disrespectful in his response. So check it out right here. Here's the clip right here.
Kwame Brown used to.
So now, in that same video, he was really respectful in his delivery. Then he made another video. This goes into the theory of him having multiple personalities. But I get what he's doing, because as you could tell, this is a different time because he's changed his hat. Now he didn't change his hat. You see? So now he made another video. That first video, he was being respectful to Kwame Brown and saying, well, you know, I'm not even going to probably respond and all of this. If that's his opinion, if he wants to have it, then I guess he said, how can I use this? Because he said it. He's like, it's another guy. That guy got 13 people watching him. Oh, that's not going to do anything for me. I'm not going to mention him. That guy has 13 people watching him. I can't do that. What I look like mentioning a guy with 13 people watching him? Oh, I can't do that. But he's got to get those numbers up. Like, those are rookie numbers. Like, I can't get involved in that. What would I look like doing something like that? Those are rookie numbers. So he goes from that to a whole different philosophy. He started thinking, how can I flip this for me? And then he got disrespectful.
To be on my nuts. It's the honest to God truth. Hey, man, I like what you're talking about, bro. I like it. Used to be all on my nuts. All the time. All the time. Used to be on my nuts. But I understand that Kwame Brown, after his whole thing with Gilbert Arenas, and from a business perspective, his whole thing with Gilbert Arenas, his whole thing with Stephen A. Smith, Kwame Brown caught a wave. He caught a wave, and that's how he was able to build up his platform to get to whatever his subscribers is. But Kwame Brown hit a ceiling. He's not able to grow his platform based off of his own analysis, based off of his own content. And so, you know, he do these dusty live streams where it's just him off camera. Yeah. You know me. And it's cool, you know what I'm saying? So Kwame get the stimmy pack like everybody else. But you know what's embarrassing is because Kwame is supposed to be better than the dusty niggas that he's spending all of his time hanging around. Kwame Brown is a fucking former #1 pick in the NBA. What are you doing panels with randoms that you don't even know? That's for regular, everyday people like me that didn't have the back. I see why Jordan was like, man, this nigga's soft. But he keep trying to do what everybody else is doing instead of understanding that he's supposed to be much greater than that. It's the truth. There's no reason why I should have a bigger platform than Kwame Brown.
So that's what Anton Daniels said, responding to.
Now, that
Kwame
was
Brown
the
making
alley-oop.
videos about.
That was the alley-oop shout out to Self Talk for editing that up. Anton Daniels' platform is The Millionaire Show with Anton Daniels, if you want to check him out. Now, let me see if I got any dust on me. I guess he's alluding that I'm one of the dusty people that he keep talking about. You know, I'm quite sure he lives in a very nice place too, but I'm doing okay for a dusty guy. All the people that follow me pretty much know I'm all right. So if I'm broken dusty, then I'll be broken dusty. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he tried to assume, because see, he's making the assumption that Kwame Brown wants to be a content creator for the rest of his life. He does this basically killing time and and getting stuff off his chest. That's all he does. He comment on current events. But if you have been anybody that have watched Kwame Brown, you can tell 90% of the time when he's talking, he's at the middle of doing work himself, building real estate and properties and being a landowner. And I don't even understand what you're talking about. If you've known Kwame Brown and you and Kwame Brown have spoken before, you've been on his platform talking to Gilbert Arenas. So I have no idea what I said that can get you so testy, except for I see that estrogen side of the energy. You need to be upset about the video your wife put out. She the one talking about you got multiple personalities. You should be upset about that. But someone else said that you was holding the camera. Yeah, you recorded that. I don't know what the reason could be. Outlaw missed the live stream. We went live for the whole game. And he missed it. Every Knicks fan missed the game. They was that scared. He keep thinking of Kwame Brown, the basketball player. Kwame Brown, the basketball player.
Oh, the
Kwame Brown did not
situation
become famous on the internet for playing basketball. Okay, he did not go viral because of basketball. Kwame Brown has stated time after time, I'm not a celebrity. I am not a celebrity. They have to do every dirty technique in the book to try to silence Kwame Brown. Because when he says something, people listen. They hear it and they go, whoa, I hear that. I got to pay attention. But Kwame Brown don't need to do this. This man, he played 13 years in the NBA. That man got his full pension and full medical for him and his children for the rest of their lives. That's what it's about. Oh, yeah.
Say salute to me, I'm gonna take my back.
Oh yeah, it got so heated when it didn't need to be. Well, you got to understand that when you're speaking on Kwame Brown, you're speaking in a situation or a light that had these people getting into their feelings. And when you activate Kwame Brown, I'm just saying, you gonna go slide down a rabbit hole your ass don't want to deal with. It's not cool to piss off NBA basketball players who are certified insane. Like Kenya Martin, you went way past the gun line. I told you, I had no beef with the guy. I'm not someone who followed Anton Daniels. Okay, the first time I saw his video, I think he was talking about squatters. And I was like, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, about the squatters. That was about a year ago. I never really followed your content. If I'd have saw what you said about the Israelite women, I would have addressed you the moment that happened. But I didn't really pay too much attention. I know you normally do right-wing content. I think that's why you and Kwame got along. Kwame would bring your name up a lot on the platform. Me and Kwame talk about things that's not right-wing content. We normally talk about either sports or LeBron or something of that nature, or dealing with Gil craziness. That was our connection in this whole scenario. But to see them go down this rabbit hole was very interesting to see mention my name.
Kwame and Carcino is talking crazy.
So from that moment on, when you said those words, everything started to go left. He started trying to process it and said, well, Carcino don't really do the numbers that I want to do. So, or I want to talk about. So I need to move this envelope. How can I move this envelope? Well, let's move this envelope over to Kwame Brown. Yeah, Kwame Brown. Because Kwame be doing them numbers. So when Kwame heard it, he immediately got activated. And he said exactly pretty much what I was saying earlier.
You short, no neck having dummy. You literally listened to your crowd and said, what did Kwame say? You didn't hear nothing I said. You didn't take your time. Remember, the man that don't give a fuck about what nobody say, you didn't take your time and figure out what is it that I said. You automatically went to running your mouth. You automatically say, I don't be outside. Ironically, I'm outside right now. I'm just not new money like you, and I don't act like a jackass like you. I don't have to show that I'm on camera. I don't have to play tough. I'm not you, nigga. You are a fool. But if you said that I'm like a chick, but if I get upset with you, I'm a doer. I'm gonna handle it myself. You get upset with me, you got to call another grown man. What is you talking about? You got to call another man for me. And unlike you, dumbass boy, I turn my camera off because I'm not chasing clout. I don't give a fuck about this YouTube. I don't. You telling me that I want to be a content creator. You go back and look at one of my lives where I'm talking to my brother about being a content creator, you dummy. I know you got a little fetish about sucking D and nuts and all this. I understand you like to talk to men like that, but that's not going to get me out of character. I don't got no wife. I don't got none of that. You do. And I'm going to show you why you should leave a nigga like me alone. And you should leave a nigga like Corey alone, too. But now you want to play tough guy. So let's play tough guy. What is it for a man to gain the world but lose his soul? You clown ass boy. You just like Charleston White was at a basketball game and some other dudes walked up to you asking you about me. Do you know that no dude in their right mind would come up to me and ask me about you? And no dude in their right mind would come up to me and ask me about you. Matter of fact, a dude better not ask me about no another man at a basketball game while I'm trying to enjoy my time and I done brought tickets and there's girls around.
Okay, so that's what Kwame Brown said.
That man issuing fades that he never gonna fade, huh? That's like being a barber that never cut anybody hair. I'm a barber. Oh, okay. Well, you can cut my hair. Well, I ain't got my my equipment, but when I get my right equipment, then I'll cut you. Oh yeah. So KB was back. You know, KB gonna go.
All right, shout out to the lead attorney. Thanks to the lead attorney. I'm not going to be showing of anything about this man's wife that's not already on the internet because I got some pictures. Oh, I do got a picture I am going to show that he posted. A little short, little tater tot. But we got a portion of this live that's going to be very respectful. And then because of guidelines on certain channels, we're going to end live certain places. And then we're going to get increasingly, we're going to match the energy that I got. Anton's not a tough guy. He's not a street cat. He don't want to go to jail. So this should be fun. The young man was very disrespectful to me. Very immature to be a husband and a wife. I mean, a husband and a father.
No, you had it right.
Because the young man heard nothing that I said prior to him jumping out the window. And so we're going to illustrate that. But before we do that, what we're going to do, the portion of YouTube that I'm going to do over here will be pertaining to, not that. Oh, Anton. This is on LTTV. I'm going to try to play this under fair use. Hopefully he don't flag me. I think he has something to say about me
in the past. I don't care. Good guy who. Nor do I think he does. So, but I'm gonna speed it up, play it under fair use. I think it was a good display of how money changed you. I think it's a good display of how money changes a person. And if this ain't a clear cut, somebody was humble and respectful and started off with good intentions. But just like old Charlie boy, when you get the money, sometimes it go to these people's head. Sometimes they lead with money.
I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
And if this ain't a clear cut, somebody was humble and respectful and started off with good intentions. But just like old Charlie boy, when you get the money, sometimes it go to these people's head. Sometimes they lead with money and disrespect instead of leading with respect. He's from a place like Detroit where they lead with respect. For the most part, obviously he's not one of those dudes that do that. But this is not to joke on someone's looks this go around while we're on YouTube. This is not to talk about anyone's appearance, period. This is about showing that this young gentleman is a hypocrite. And I liked him better when he was broke. I liked him better when he was broke and was hanging on to that hairline and looking like Rick Ross.
My focus is not ever really completely on money. And I'm not telling you not to be successful. Be successful in everything you do. What I'm saying is be happy. You know,
his focus is not on money. Be happy.
To beat you. People always comparing themselves or trying to be something that they're not. Or you will never catch me. You will never be better than me. And I'm going to make sure of it because money is going to come with it. I promise. The success. It's just important to have that work-life balance.
Now, don't he sound more humble to y'all on that situation? Don't he sound more humble to you guys? And shout out to Bus Life News and Reviews. I got that channel back. I don't know how it took 3 months or almost 3 months for the channel to come back. But shout out to Bus Life News and Reviews. I don't know who's watching over there on that channel, but that channel is back. So, again, who's ever watching, shout out to you. We on all platforms, baby. We on YouTube twice. I need to come off that one. We on YouTube twice. We on Twitch. We on Patreon. And the more they flag me, I'm telling you, the more y'all flag me, you ain't gonna do nothing but grow the Patreon back. I got almost 900 Patreon members, the same people that was there the last time, but some people are just not paying because obviously they shouldn't pay. I wasn't going live. Now we're gonna be hitting you with them Patreon. But I want y'all to keep listening to the difference between this man when he didn't have money and this man now that he has money. And they say money is the root of all evil. It's not true. The love of money is the root of all evil. And what it looks like to me is giving off the appearance that he fell in love with money over his wife, over God, and over everything that was around him circumstance. That's all he talk about is money.
That's true for what I've seen lately of him. Like I said before, I'm not somebody that used to follow this man. I'm not a Anton Daniels guy. You probably seen one video about me and Anton Daniels in the past before this Corey Holcomb thing. And I was with him and Kenyon Martin. Other than that, there is no Anton Daniels material on my platform. So when somebody said, oh, well, he said you dusty, you know, that's about all he could say about me because he don't know about me either. He only knows about me through Kwame Brown. That's it. He doesn't know anything about me. So I'm not going to jump off the cliff for him or own for him or like, yo, that's one of my guys. Now, I agreed with what the information he was giving to Gil because we said the same thing to Gilbert Arenas. So when he was on the platform with Gil, he was just basically saying the same things we were saying. Everybody was, why would you give up 50%? We didn't understand the logic in doing that. Oh, it's the infrastructure and all of this. And everybody's like, you didn't have to do that. Why would you give up 50%? You still didn't have to do what you did. So once again, the scenarios is always anybody else could tell them anything. It's like somebody who's got a wife or somebody who's married, and they always, you tell them something and they don't hear it, but if somebody else tell them, it's the word of gospel. It'd be the same thing. They'd be like, I told you, I've been telling you that for a week. But they don't listen because they don't pay attention. They only care about what they're talking about and nobody else. And that's called basically gone tone deaf. So Anton Jack Daniels. Let's talk about this. Oh, yeah, he Jack Daniels apple. Sweet. Nah. Yeah, it's a little sugar in that step. It's a lot of estrogen I see over there. And the way he was carrying himself and the way he was acting, just in the slight videos that I saw. It's a lot of estrogen behavior. And yes, he's been talking about money because I think this platform, I think he has more than one platform. I don't know what he does on all his other ones, but every video I've seen him talk, he's bragging about how much money he got. Like, I got about $10 million and this and that. If you ain't got 10 million, then you can't even have a conversation with me. Or it's like, it was crazy. Like everything, like the hat he got on is called bag chasers. Chasing the bag. Chasing the bag is like some street terminology. And all of that is low tier. That's low fruit BS, low tier garbage. Not really. I didn't see it that way. Everybody like, man, he dished you. I don't know. Whatever it is he's doing, let him do his thing. We really are not in the Anton Daniels business. Speaking on this topic has raised the bar for everybody. They was, whoa, this is crazy. These numbers is crazy. Everybody's talking about it. And he chose Kwame Brown to address. Notice, he didn't address nobody else. So if Kwame Brown was dusty in his channel, he hit a ceiling, why would you mention Kwame Brown's name? Because Kwame still moves the needle. Everybody gonna talk about it. You said it in your video. I'm not gonna respond to everybody. I'm gonna respond to people that help me. I'm gonna sit back and say, how is this gonna help me? Like, I'm surprised you even said my name, but I guess he just read it because it was in the super chat. But I'm like, whoa. But I don't have to jump out the bag on this guy. There's no need to jump out the bag on him. I'm like, dude, I don't really know this dude. I don't need to know his wife, his daughter, nothing. All I know is that the energy you saw in that first video, you saw he was broke. You saw he was broke in the first video. And then you can see him in the next video where he didn't step his game up. He got all this high-powered camera stuff and doing pretty much got a studio, seemed like, and he's, doing well for himself. He found his lane, and that's okay. And from the content he makes, he seems like another one of those dudes they grab and they put into place. Another Tommy Sotomayor, where they want the blackness of your skin to sit there and talk about your own people and cater to white folks. And of course, and it seems like all of those guys have the same type of energy. They have this beta-like energy. They don't have alpha energy. They think because they talk loud or they go crazy and they start yelling. It's the energy is very estrogen-like. I'm not going to insult that man's wife. All I'm going to say is this. Is this the avenue he wants to go down? It's not going to be a good one for him. He's going to get a lot of views and attention, but I'm just like, dude, you keep playing these games and you travel a lot. You think because you got one-armed security, that's not going to help you when you get flooded by 30, 40 dudes you don't know approach you. That one guy who's paid to defend you can't defend you against 40 people. I'm not saying I'm sending anybody. I'm not sending anybody. I'm just saying other people who you might have offended and you want to play this, push the envelope way past the line with, a lot of these people aren't internet guys. They just happen to be on the internet. You see people like Anton, like I told you, I was like, Anton, you playing a dangerous game when you went at it with Kenyon Martin. I thought he was going to just, he finna go in, he finna roast Kenyon. I'm over there watching the video. I'm like, woo, dude. You went too far. You went way past the gun line. I'm like, whew. That meme when the dude got the red cup and he and walk off? Yeah, that's the meme right there. That's gonna be beat. Walk it off. Like, man, I hope you can bag it up. Kenyon Martin was done talking. He never said another word about Anton Daniels again. That ain't a victory for Anton Daniels. Let me tell you that right now. I told you, that dude Twitter handle is straight jacket crazy for a reason. None of them are Black Americans. That's a very interesting point. That is correct. All of them are not used to being outside. But see, here's the thing. Anton gives me the behavior of a baby brother who got big brothers who used to beat him up, and he was just the one that was glued to mama's hip. I'm just saying, he gives off that energy, the mama's boy, to leave my baby Anton alone. And the other brothers were different. He was the guy that was on the computer all the time. His brothers got to take up for him, wrestle with him, make him tougher. who didn't play sports, hit the books, and mama always came to his aid. Oh yeah, I hit my parlay real good yesterday. I picked the Knicks to win. I had the Chicago Bulls winning. I had the Lakers winning, and I had the over in the Utah game. Real easy picks. They cheated their ass off of the Lakers to come back. That was amazing. They barely beat Dallas. They had no business beating Dallas. The refs beat Dallas. Oh, Jalen Brunson didn't do a damn thing. The 76ers decided to shoot themselves in the foot. Oh yeah, he give off very different vibes. Well, see, that's the thing. They real aggressive. These type of people, I've seen them before. They're really aggressive towards black folks, but they so passive aggressive when it come to white people. I never forget. We went to, because we stay out here by Great Lakes, and that's where the naval base is. So all the people in the Navy, what they would do is they would go to the movies. You know, they get their day out, they all be in a naval outfit, and they all watching a Navy movie. And they're all laid out in the movie theater. You know, everybody there to watch the film. Then all of a sudden, you know, it was this couple, black couple coming there, and they were disgraceful. I mean, they were disgraceful. The way they was kissing up, both of them, kissing up to white people, it was just disgusting to see. I mean, it was just like shoes, tap dancing. You want me to shine your shoes, son? I'm like, oh, it was awful. I wasn't even watching the movie no more. I was watching them. I'm just like, you realize they don't give a fuck about you right now, do you? Y'all are really this gone. I'm like, I never forgot them as long as I lived. I remember I gave them a look of complete disgust. When they looked and saw me, they knew, like, because they was talking amongst themselves, and then they looked up because they were sitting in the chair, and I was standing above them, and I just looked down at them, and that look said everything. I ain't had to say a word. They knew, like, oh, damn. A black guy was here the whole time. Just keep your head down, baby. He'll go away. It was that bad. I've never seen anybody. I swear to God, there was a scene in the movie that you could tell they don't know anything about this movie. They just, I think it was right after the Oscars, the movie had won an Oscar. And people run to the movie to go see a movie because it won an Oscar. So they got to run to the movie. So they're sitting at the movie theater and they're doing this. They're waiting on the scene that they saw in the Oscars. And as soon as the scene hit, you see that? Oh my God. He literally was clapping like this. Don't, that's the part. That's the part. I'm like, you tap dancing. I was so disgusted with looking at him. I said, you know they still ain't gonna like you, right? But he didn't care. He didn't care. all it mattered to him was that Whitey was happy. Because rather than face reality, then grind it out like everyone else, they feel like they special. If Master says, hey, you know what? You're a good one. I like you. You can stay as long as you like. Matter of fact, here, put him in charge of these other Negroes. Then they start thinking it's their business moves. I'm business savvy. You know, I know how to get to the bag. Buddy, nobody wants to get to the bag that way. Yeah, I could have got to the bag too. I just wasn't willing to play Toby. That's the difference. I'm not willing to play Toby. I'm not really to go, well, let's see him go. Here he goes, tap dance, let's go. I'm not willing to be that guy. So I don't know if he's doing that, but that seems to be the energy that I've seen, that I've witnessed before from people like him. I don't know how he's made his money. I don't care how he made his money. When they asked me to play ball, I didn't play ball. I had one of the largest YouTube channels in 2016, 2017. They wanted to make changes to my content, take videos away, videos y'all love, and mute all those videos and put them out where you couldn't find them no more. That was the sticking point. I would have had $2.2 million had I taken the deal at the minimum. 2.2 million. Yes, I've done the numbers. I've told you this story plenty of times prior. 2.2 million was on this page for me, was on the table. I'm doing 300,000 views, 400,000 views, and I'm looking at 2.2 million in the deal that they got on the table. 2-year deal, 2.2 million is what it would have came out to if I was at the very bottom of what I was doing. And I'm already earning over 6 figures. So I'm saying, well, I'm earning 6 figures already. If I partner with y'all, I'm going to be doing 1 million views pretty much, is what they're telling me. It's like, we're going to increase everything that you got. We like what you're doing. But what happened? They want control of my page. They want control of my content. They want to be able to be the end all be all of everything that I'm doing. I had a problem with that. When Pootie Tang took all those bad investments. Yeah, well, that's the name of the game. The name of the game is complete confusion. I give business advice on my Patreon. I've not had one person come to me and said that was bad business advice you gave us. These people pay to come on my Patreon and get business advice. I've given out some for free on my One Crack News channel. Not one time has a person on my Patreon come up to me and say, that was bad advice. Are you crazy? So I don't know what you do. I keep things grounded in reality because not everybody A lot of people do these seminars. They don't care. They're getting paid. So they're going to tell you about what worked for them. And a lot of these things they got by opportunity. Someone gave them a chance to do it based on a relationship they had, a friendship. So trying to tell other people how to do it when someone else opened the door for you to do it is a little bit hypocritical to me, but you don't care because you're getting paid for the seminar. So this is not something that you're okay with or you care about. So I've seen these scenarios before. Granted, now here's the news. Everybody that has something to say that wasn't in the realm of the possibility of being what they call positive, they had all of these different words and analogies to put in place to talk about everybody. Put them down, but never at any moment did they ever state that this might be problematic for another person involved. This might be a little bit beyond, pushing the needle too far. Right. You got to remember the actual people itself. Everybody is different. Everybody didn't come up the same way. Just to say, I made it, look at me. It's not the same. This person probably had a drug addict as a mama, and the daddy ain't at home. This is the life he grew up in. And you wondering why he doing crime. Like I told you, I had a friend who's a straight A student. But a lot of times he missed a lot of days in school because he couldn't come to school. They trying to make him drop out to sell drugs at 12. He was 12. While we talking about cartoons and Transformers and all this, his uncle trying to get him to sell drugs with him. You're going to be in this house, you're going to sell drugs like us. You got to learn how to do this, boy. So, and the mama is using drugs. So he grew up in a different environment. He didn't have the opportunities. And for people not to recognize that as a condition and understand that everybody is different in these circles and that you can't give, all the advice ain't going to work for everybody. Try to figure out ways that can help everybody. See, that's the difference from the business advice I give. I can be like, well, I grew up in an environment. I could have been that guy. If my parents was that way, I could have been him. I could have been in trouble doing stuff. Man, that dude could have been an architect. He was that smart. He would sit there and design a home easy. But he grew up designing bank plans and drawing that out. How to break into here and get the money. That was the unfortunate part. Well, the thing is that some people didn't have any personality or wasn't looked at or respected until they got on the internet. Me, I've already had that. My nickname was Magnificent. That was my nickname. K the Magnificent. Nobody called me Carcino. Everybody who talked to me be like, man, why didn't you name your channel K the Magnificent? That would have been a great name. Because that's why some of the people that know me that come to my chat, you'll hear them call me Mag for short, or Magnificent. So that was my name, my nickname. So if people said Magnificent, now can you imagine grown folks calling another grown man Magnificent? That's how they knew me, Kevin the Magnificent. The name Carcino came up in an accident. I already explained how that name came up, like a joke. So it was like a running joke. If it wasn't for Anton Daniels, plenty of these people would not have content. Really? I really don't understand that. Probably this week because he was on Corey's platform. If he'd have been yelling at somebody else on their platform, he's somebody that needs somebody else to get going. Like if Anton started just ranting on his own, nobody's gonna hear it, or nobody over here really is gonna hear it. No, I was already moving and shaking and doing stuff. Like I had been in Hollywood, I've been everywhere before I was even, YouTube didn't even exist. Through 1994, YouTube came in 2005. I never forget when I signed up. I made my first video in 2006. In the November of 2006. I subscribed when YouTube came out in 2005. It wasn't even owned by Google yet. That's how far I go back with YouTube. And I said, all right, I'll sign up for this thing. They was emailing everybody to try it out. Can you believe that? As big as YouTube is now, they use emailing people to begging them to trying it out. Try this, try out our new platform. It's called YouTube. And it was with the lady who was the founder, Susan. She was out there on the video, like, trust me, you can post your favorite memories, everything. Like, that's what it was supposed to have been, like a video collection folder thing. They never thought it was going to get like this. So I signed up. I said, well, all right, well, let me sign up. Never posted anything until like they sent something like, wow, you've been a member of YouTube. Like, well, when are you going to start creating? You know? And then they had a great feature on there because I understood hard work, understood commitment. I went to people individually and started emailing all of these guys. And I got to 5,000 subscribers because you could actually, back then, you could message your subscribers. I don't know why they took that away. They said, well, people weren't using it. I'm like, I would actually talk to them, send them messages. And those people who were real, I would go in the comment section of the people who was in my stratosphere, and they said, well, okay, well, they're not subscribed to me. I want to know why. If they over here watching the content, so I send them a message, and then I'll get followed. So after all the messages, it was thousands. I was going individually, writing them personal messages. Didn't have to be a lot. But they knew it was personal. They knew it wasn't a buy. And Sean, he's a programmer. He wanted to come up with programs to go ahead and put that in place. Like, dude, it's a program. It's got to be a program where you can just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Anybody could do that. They'll ignore that. They'll say that's fake. That's phony. So it's time consuming. It was tedious, but it was necessary. And I got to 5,000 subscribers quick just by doing that because I took the time. People came over. So me becoming around celebrities, that's how I became known. I've been around the Suge Knights. I've been around all of these people that I talk about. Beyonce, Destiny's Child, Keenan and Kel, Method Man, Keith Murray, all the rappers, from the 90s era and all of these guys. So I'm like, dude, I've been all around all these people completely. So all the stories I'm telling you, I know about it. I know they true. Y'all don't know. You're like, how do you know this? How do you know that? I'll be like, most of this stuff I was there for. There's stuff I can't tell you. That stuff I would have to take to the grave. It hurts too, but I was like, oh man, this would break the internet. But I got to take it to the grave because it would cause so much of a stir. It'd be crazy. Right. Everybody have businesses that normally don't end up successful, or you have business partners that you work with where not everybody's on the up and up. No one, a lot of people don't think like you. They don't think integrity. They think dollar sign. And when you have people who are scammers, they sometimes they're in the business of scamming. To them, it's more profitable to scam somebody and try to stay anonymous than actually try to earn money. Because they know if they scam you, you're never getting the money back. In their mind, that's just the end of it. In their mind, they're not going to care. I don't know what Anton does. I know what I do, and I know all business ideas aren't good ideas. So I had to teach people how to earn money in today's climate. Now, remember, I gave you the first part of problem versus product. I explained to you how product used to be the way, that's the business model. You think the product, how do you improve the product? Got to have the right product, how to manage and maintain the product to keep it going. It's always the product first. Now, when you start moving into a different element, you start seeing that that's in today's time, because of technology and the way business, it changes or your business and how everything is done. You know, you don't have a lot of printer and paper for your company when everybody is emailing. Nobody's not really using the fax machine like they used to. So a lot of printing ink is going down. People don't print a lot like they used to, and they don't type anymore. You know, you're rarely seeing typewriters. Right. When I gave you an example, right? Do you remember that? What example did I give you of a product? I gave you Coca-Cola, right? Coca-Cola is the giant of sodas. And Coca-Cola was losing money left and right because they kept thinking product. And they said, well, how do we improve the product that we got? How do we go to the next level? And they thought, well, let's make a new product. They made new Coke. When no one asked for Coke to change, they decided to change it and said, now we have new Coke. And people taste new Coke and was like, this is nasty. It was an outrage. And they was like, oh no, this is not what we wanted. People are pissed. So they came out with cherry Coke. Then they came out with cream soda Coke, clear Coke, Diet Coke, Coke Zero, Classic Coke. They went back to the other Coke. They kept trying to come out with all these Cokes to keep the product going. You remember I told you this, right? Because they never addressed the real problem. The real problem is taking care of the problem. They keep worrying about the product without dealing with the problem of why the product is becoming stalemate. So you bring someone else who comes in with a business idea to fix the problem. Now, in today's business, they don't think that way. It's problem first, saying, there's people that have a problem here. A lot of people with arthritis can't really hold a can opener. We have to make new cans where you can just peel the top off where you don't need a can opener. Because left-handed people are having trouble using the can opener because it's not one made for a left-handed person. So instead of getting the left-handed can opener, we'll just go ahead and make a top where you could just pull the lid off. That little device that you could just put your finger in, lift up, and pop it like a soda can. That little invention made $4.7 billion. Now you see almost every can, they have that same technology or that same device, just that little lever that you pull back. 4.7 billion, because they thought of the problem first, then created a business around the problem. Now, what makes everything go is, like I told you, I don't know what Anton Daniels discussed in his business formulas and what information he's giving you. I don't know if it's about social media or what's his business realm. I don't understand. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm totally blind to what it is that he does. But I will tell you this. I've seen a lot of people put all their eggs in a basket and fall. And I said that will never happen to me. I had to diversify bonds. I had to diversify my portfolio. I knew about how to try to get money and to get into, family IRAs. I wanted to get into solo Roths. I want to get to those type of levels. And now I know where the modern day money is going, into AI. And in a couple of days, I'm going to open the doors up to let you guys into the hedge fund. Those who didn't get in, I'm going to open the door so you can get into $1 billion hedge fund. No joke. Just give me a few days and I'll be able to do that for you. So make sure you're following my Patreon, because my Patreons get that before anybody in the world. Yes. Exactly. What was meant to be one thing can transform to be another. Oh no. Well, it's going to be a very incredible situation, because when you start thinking when you start thinking about what you want to put your best foot forward, what are you giving back to the people that subscribe to you? Are you just gonna give them nonsense 24/7? You got to give people something besides nonsense 24 hours a day, besides beef, besides some garbage. What are you giving back, Anton Daniels? That's what I don't know. I don't know. I'm just asking. What are you giving back to the people? What are you giving back to the people that come over there and spend the time to come click your link? Or you just gonna talk nonsense all day? What is a profitable business right now that you can make money on, Anton Daniels? I can tell you off the top of my dome what it is. And I got 3 people doing it right now, and they're making money. They got the idea from me and said, you know what, I'm gonna try that. And now his daughter, him, and the wife, I'm sorry, baby mom, but I just want to be correct. They're all doing it. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, candles. The candle making business is a good starting business to get into. It's inexpensive to start. It takes less than $2,000. Less than $2,000 to just buy the wax, get the little machine. You can get the smallest, cheapest machine there is that melt the wax and everything and make these candles. But you need to have a niche, right? You need to have a connecting way to sell the candles because there's a lot of people doing it now. How are people going to buy your candles more than anybody else? You have to think of that niche to be able to sell it. But it's very profitable because they go to a church. So they use the church to sell their candles. So they start putting these little Holy Christ like stickers on there on the jars. And there you have it. Well, then I don't do business with people like that. Because if you're going to talk down on a race, you're not somebody that I'm going to take business advice from. Because your business advice is suffice to only you end up kissing somebody's ass. Like that old saying going, you got to kiss a little ass to get to the top. Then I won't get to the top. I'm going to create a new lane. And I'm going to go my own way. Do you know how many opportunities that I could have done or had because I didn't want to kiss ass or play a position and role? Floyd Mayweather he came up with Hollywood Unlocked. Okay, he was the one that put that show together and put Jason Lee in power. I've never met Jason Lee. I've never seen that guy around. And I'm like, who is this guy? When did he come around? Like, he is not part of TMT. I have not seen that dude around. But he was never around the boxing gym and nothing like that. So I'm like, who is this dude? Where he come from? Where we know him from? None of them. Never knew any of them, boy. So it became crazy to me to see all of these people make all of these different analogies stick. Yeah, it works. He tried to diss me by extension. He said my name, then he said you're on the panel with dusty people. So that could be anybody. He just basically threw me in the bunch with everybody else. If that's what he meant. But if I was to approach him on it like, hey man, you diss me, and he'd be like, I just said dusty people in the panel. I didn't say you. I was just reading the super chat. They said Carcino and Kwame. I was like, so that goes nowhere. But mentioning my name, that was cool. Right? It's like, I get it. Oh no, Kwame is all for the bullshit. Like I said, when it came to his daughter and all that, like what we say, we all said it in the chat. Everybody said, I wouldn't have done that. Like, I'm not going to disrespect his daughter. And we use Gil as an example. Like, we never mentioned Gil's children in a negative way through the whole thing. We never went after, attacked his family, nothing. I'm cool with KB. That's why I'm catching it straight. No, I think they think everybody's supposed to kiss their ass. And it's like, dude, if you do something that's screwed up and effed up, we gonna talk about it. That's just what it is. There are plenty of businesses that pay. I tell you what the businesses are and the companies on my Patreon so that you guys can get involved. There's people paying you good money to actually drive a car. Like good money, not like Uber. This is way better than Uber. But see, they don't give these opportunities. A lot of opportunities out here, they don't give to people that look like you. That's the truth. So that's the reality I'm trying to bring back in place so that everybody can see that they're in a privileged position. You're in a very privileged position to learn a thing or two, if you pay attention enough. Well, my thing is this. I've always been a man of action, a man of pride, a man who is determined to get to the next level. But I'm not going to compromise who I am to get there, I'm not going to do that. I would never compromise who I am to try to fit into someone else's idea of what I should be. Because you'll be living a lie. Some people could do that just to be successful. Like somebody else is like, dude, you know where you would be right now? You see where academics is at? I'm like, where academics is? I was way bigger than him. He was under me. I didn't realize that. But my series was way bigger than his. All of that stuff he was doing, his war in Chirac, my stuff was way bigger than him. Because I was talking about hip hop. He was talking about people just killing each other in the streets. We were in way different lanes. I'm doing 1 million views a video. 2 million, 1 million, off papoose. Of all people, papoose. So I was on a whole different plateau. All you got to do is go look up my playlist for the Truth Behind videos, and you'll see all of those videos and where they are today. No, most people don't move in that. Most people don't move with that kind of energy, though, that you just put out. I'm glad you said it, but most people didn't move with that kind of energy. Now, listen to what KB said.
That is all he talk about is money. We're not going to allow you to bring Anton's daughter in the chat and say, don't talk about my daddy, you're banned. Please, people that take other people's pictures, especially if it's a minor, ban them out of the chat. They know things like that can get you clapped. So if they put Anton's wife or daughter's picture in my chat, ban them out my chat, please. But this young man is running around masquerading as an intelligent man. And he was walking around before he tried to scale his platform up, making a lot of money, was able to move freely how you want. A smart man would continue that success. Salute to you, Odom Speak. A smart man would continue that success. And they would not create waves that increase your profile, make you some money, but destroy your family. And I think Anton's been capping on this internet this whole time, and you're going to see it.
I'm broke. Don't. Listen. Y'all picked the wrong one this year. I'm gonna show you just how broke I am. My focus is not ever really completely on money. And I'm not telling you not to be successful. Be successful in everything you do. What I'm saying is be happy. Focus on what fulfills you as a purpose. Because if you go through life and you never really do what you were meant to do, but you made a lot of money doing it, then what have you really accomplished? If you see people that continue to tell you that money don't mean nothing or money don't make you happy, just to beat you. People are always comparing themselves or trying to be something that they're not. Or you will never catch me. You will never be better than me. And I'm going to make sure of it because money is going to come with it. I promise, the success. And, it's all relative. Don't focus on, what somebody else is doing or what somebody else has. Don't compare yourself. One of the things that I see a lot in social media is people always comparing themselves or trying to be something that they're not. Or I'm willing to work 25 hours a day, 7 days a week, just trying to be something that they're not. Don't compare yourself. One of the things relative. Don't focus on and come with it. Never catch me. You will never be better than me. And I'm going to make sure of it because money is going to come with it. I promise, the success. And, it's all relative. Don't focus on, what somebody else is doing or what somebody else has. Don't compare yourself. One of the things that I see a lot in social media is people always comparing themselves or trying to be something that they're not. Or I'm willing to work 25 hours a day, 7 days a week, just to beat you.
Beat us at what? I'm going to, here's what I'm going to do, people. Shout out to my people on Patreon. What happened to Anton? Salute to you, beautiful one. Sino, Tasha, Robert, Roberto, King Mills, Don the Dust. Who else? Sino. Who else? That's about it. I'll go back over there. But what I'm going to do here as I'm going to go over this video probably twice. This is the PG-13 version of the video. I'm going to give a little more of my commentary when we end the YouTube side of things. So if you don't have my Twitch and you don't have my Patreon, you should get it. Because Patreon, I don't know how long I'm gonna be on Twitch, but Patreon, we really got to have a conversation with this young man. We really do.
It's just important to have that work-life balance in social media. Is people always comparing themselves or trying to be something that they're not. Or I'm willing to work 25 hours a day, 7 days a week, just to beat you. It's just important to have that work-life balance.
Do not respond the way that other people anticipate you responding. You can anticipate how they will respond, but you never move how they move. Ever. Ever.
These niggas in real life is frauds. Nigga, who Corey done beat up? Corey would have got the shit beat out of me. I would have beat the shit out of Corey. And I'm not, listen, I'm telling you, it is what it is.
Listen, we got to get out of our emotions and focus more on making logical decisions. Stop trying to crash out and throw everything under the bus.
Asking for prayers is filthy work. After talking about you gonna beat him up, he's a snitch, he'll probably backdoor you, all the things that you were saying about Corey. Now you're the victim asking for prayer. It is filthy, man. It is absolute filthy work.
Start to look at him a little bit crooked because it's a bold-faced lie and it's an excuse as to why they can't be whatever it is that they want to be. Personally, I want to build a legacy. I can't do that if I'm 100% focused on money.
What changed? What changed?
Wait a minute. Is this the same person or is this an AI video? This can't be the same damn person. Hold on, let me hear that one more time. I had to look around. This can't be the same person.
They want to be. Personally, I want to build a legacy. I can't do that if I'm 100% focused on money. Now, money don't mean anything. It's a means to take care of the things that you need to take care of. And, you know, it's not the measure by which I want to be evaluated in my lifetime. I want to be, I guess the point that I'm trying to make is it's just important to have that work-life balance. It's just important to have that work-life balance.
It's important to have that work-life balance. And now you're willing to work 25 hours when it's only 24 hours in a day just to beat another person that you don't care about what they think or say. But you're going to neglect your family to work 25 hours to beat a stranger. I'll give more of my commentary when I end the other live. Interesting.
I'm willing to work.
I find you entertaining. However, you know, there's some serious questions people have. The first thing is that you're using sign language to people who have valid questions. Bragging about who has the largest stack is childish.
Wait. What was the question?
Bragging about who has the largest stack is childish. You're not answering with logic. You're using childish rhetoric against people who have questions about your so-called rise to success. Can you pull up his LinkedIn profile? And then, Anton, you say W-2 is greater than your business success, and that's why you got your multi-millions. Yet you use the latter to boast about yourself as an authority figure on the internet. So it seems to be contradicting when you said a W-2 was the primary vehicle to how you have your multi-millions. But yet on the internet, you talk primarily about your past successful business experience when you're selling yourself out there.
To be true at the same time.
Yeah, so can we pull your LinkedIn profile? The certificates that you shown earlier in the video, those are community college. So you didn't get a degree till 2016. And I find it hard to say that you had significant W-2 success in order to make yourself a multi-millionaire.
How haven't I?
And some of your income is actually public information because you used to work for a public university.
Correct.
So knowing the salary or your income is actually public information because you used to work for you didn't get a degree till 2016. And I find it hard to say that you had significant W-2 success in order to make yourself a multi-millionaire.
How haven't I?
And some of your income is actually public information because you used to work for a public university.
Correct.
So knowing the salary that I know, that I've seen, I'm not sure how that's translating to multi-million investment.
How haven't it?
Okay, so so there's a couple claims you.
Boy, he sounds totally different when he's being confronted by those white guys You know, he likes to fancy himself as an educated man. That's going to bring other educated people into your space. And when they come into his space and they ask him questions, it don't seem to match up. How not? How so? What are you talking about? When he around us dusties, when he around us nappy, because I'm dusty right now. I'm dusty right now. Yeah, I'm dusty right fucking now. I'm real dusty, so you right. But when he around us dusties, because he called the whole chat dusty. When he around us dusties, you know, he talk with so much bravado. He just know everything. He interrupt you. You can't even talk. But he real docile around this dude right here. That's why you got to get these dudes into spaces that's outside of what they like to come over and try to pretend to be. You got to get them around those people that can research everything they say. You got to get them around these people that ain't going to get on these edibles. Let me try one of these edibles. Let me see. Did he take a black pill? Why he look darker now? I don't know. I don't know, bro. Let me try one of these. Nah, can't try it on camera. Hold on, let me block off my camera. I don't want somebody to say they teaching people to do drugs. I'm not about to do no drugs. It sure ain't. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Yeah. Click here to join the Patreon. Yeah, y'all need to hurry up. Some of y'all already have my Patreon. You just canceled your membership because, of course, I understand I wasn't going live. I couldn't do nothing. But now I can do so. So let's get it. Oh, let me leave that back up. What am I doing? Bill.
Any videos. You claimed you had a successful software company as you sold. Can you name that company?
I didn't sell the software company.
Do you have a name for it?
I'm not telling you what the name of my software company is.
I don't think
the same way that what happened to the restaurant, I'm not giving out information. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can find about you was your restaurant. I didn't see any information about your software company online, and this should be public information. The restaurant information is public, so I saw the UCC file.
Are they changing? Are they altering his voice? Are they altering his voice at all? Kwame, you make the edible sound great. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Hey, why most of these guys always go to the inviting others to their privates?
Here's the thing. You can own companies and not have it public information. I don't know why some people in business believe that is the case. Do you think, okay, there's a lot of people that own businesses you don't even know about? Brandon T. Jackson owned a lot of coffee shops. You didn't really see his name on anything. Brad Pitt owned a few restaurants. You didn't even know that he owned. You didn't see his name on anything. Reese Witherspoon owned a smoothie company. Her name wasn't on it. Jennifer Aniston owned a product line. Her name wasn't on it. I can go down to a whole list of people that own businesses that you just wouldn't even know that they're even a part of. Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod. Did you know he owned businesses that I was supposed to be a part of? You see, a lot of you guys don't understand these companies and corporations because you wouldn't be in those rooms with the wealthy 1%. And a lot of people's like, man, I got to get up with the wealthy 1% and partner with them. You're not going to get to their level. You're going to deal with their teams. And you could be like one of their team members who fly from city to city and state to state, finding ways to come up with money. And a lot of money and business opportunities that are out there, you're not going to know about. My name is not on a lot of these properties, but I get paid from a lot of industrial real estate. There's ways to do things. And I think this guy is thinking of a basic way and not the ideal way. But let's
starting to think it's a projection on how they come up. Salute, Mr. Brown. Yeah. I don't know. Listening to the way he talked, I'm wondering if his voice is being altered, because the way his voice sounds, how can I explain this? Think, Kwame. I know a song. There's a song, sweeter than the honey on the honeycomb, sweeter than the honey on the honeycomb. I don't know why that song match up with anything I'm talking about. Matter of fact, YouTube, it don't. That was just an outburst, YouTube. Don't even worry about it.
I'll link to all that, like everyone else can see. But the other business that you claim to have created are not online, and it should be online.
I'm gonna tell you how you can find information. You are more than welcome to join the Patreon. I disclose all of my information in there.
You see, it's like a sales funnel, right? Like it's this cult to authority. I don't. Anton, you're not answering the question. If you have businesses that Pocket Watching JT has a business, we could research his trademarks. We can verify his legit business. But for your businesses that you claim to have been successful in, you cannot do the same. How can you reconcile the difference?
How I've structured my businesses, I structured it to where I don't have to worry about people coming after me, because the one mistake that I made is that I use my real name on the internet. And I've learned that
I think it's happened in business, man, because
Let me answer your question.
Let them answer. We're going to give you time, but you got to let them answer.
Let me answer your question. The one thing that I've learned is that a lot of the business that's tied to me personally rises and falls off of whether or not people like me.
Fronting like you were a millionaire, but you only had enough money for one child, sir. You told on yourself. You think you can hide this? Think you can hide out in the open like you were with your side chicks? You told on yourself, sir. You were dusting it up.
When I made a decision.
Hey, that's not me, YouTube, saying that. That's not me saying that, YouTube. I think they did alter his voice, though. But YouTube, I agree with the brother's assessment. That I do think he was financially challenged. So I don't think, you got to strategically match up kids, money, daycare. You got to be able to afford things. So I give him his props. He was smart. If you cannot afford to take care of said child, don't have it. I give him that.
Now, to give you a prime example of some of the things that I do, you have people that are like angel investors and things. I'm going to show you something that I only showed my Patreons. Y'all ready? Oh, that's crazy. Anton's daughter. Listen, you see what this is? You see, this is a real business. Cards and coffee, right? Know what this is? This is called a business deck. These are the owners. Now, you guys know these guys better than I do. Especially Steve. the co-founder. A lot of y'all know Steve. So what they're trying to do is go further. They got Drake, LeBron, everybody in there. They give me a whole scale of their business model, everything. How do I have the access to this? These are the projections of the money. This is where they were projected to go with the millions. This is what our company was supposed to invest with. They were looking to go even further and scale. So they were taking on partners. So they need people to come in. So the reason I have this in my hand is because my company can decide to partner with them. And they're looking at the valuation of where it's going to go. 12.2 billion. This is called a business deck. Now, the reason that you don't have access to this is because you're not in the know. You're not in this circle. So the reason I'm able to have this in my hand is because I'm somebody that's in the know. This is what I do. Now, for all the people who think this is a joke, this is real. Some of these companies are startups. You've never seen these companies. Venomous. Right? About this company. 4 facility warehouses. Is my name on Minimus? If you look up Minimus, am I owner? Nope. Warehouse fulfillment. Well, why would that be important? You think about why would it be important? The opportunities. All the money. Do you see the opportunities there? Opportunity knocks. 10 million, 150, 100,000, 250, 200,000, 150, 150 million. Oh, wow. That's for the pharmaceutical company. That's 150 million, sir. 3 million, 2 million, 3 million, 10 million, 10 million. So what was they asking for our company to find for partnership? They're asking to find 3 million that they want. What we're getting basically is 2 million for 20% equity share of each. And, so basically we're Shark Tank. And of course I have the business information to contact them at will if we're going to partner. Now, here's another company that you didn't know, Alex Rodriguez. A-Rod is a part of. When I said, A-Rod is probably with the business. A-Rod don't know you. This dude think he do business with A-Rod. Man, you gotta stop capping, that's a natural reaction from people with negative mind space who does not understand business. A lot of people are in business with people and you just go off names. But have you ever seen this drink before? Called Black. You probably, if you've been to Target, you've probably seen a bottle of Black, right? Black's a huge company. Huge, buddy. What is Black? It's the fastest growing functional beverage for a good reason. Now, mostly in Target, if you've been in Target or CVS, you'll see black. And I was like, why they got all these white people holding up black beverages? And then they said, good question. And then they came up with this, the token black. So we get a whole layout of how black works, the whole nine. What is black? How is it going to make us money? Now, like I said, you don't get these in your hand for being a nobody. Alex Rodriguez is just one of many multi-millionaires that are attached to this company. Right now, it's 220 billion is the market share. Let me repeat, for this company, 220 billion. That was 2022 total analysis. This is where the projections are going to be a $220 billion business. These are all the foundations that's in the play. So if you think that I spend my life just trying to YouTube it, I'm going to just YouTube all day till I die. I try to incorporate people who would never get into these worlds. The company I'm a part of, we deal with things like that on a regular. Now, black has been booming for a minute. Exactly. But see, this is what I was saying, that it would go to the credit of Anton when he's saying his business is not listed. There's ways to hide your name off businesses. There's ways to get paid off businesses and be part of businesses that they would have no way of tracing back to you almost. They would have to go through your financial reports to get all that information. And they wouldn't get that in a public place. Believe me, I wouldn't have these decks in my lap. They don't just give these to people. These are given to people with the means. You understand what I'm saying? Your company has to have the know-how in order to have this in your possession. They don't just give this to just regular Americans or just anybody. Like, here's a deck. No, that's a business deck. The business deck is not handed to just anybody. They're looking for somebody, a company that can come in and fund. So when you're connected to a hedge fund that's worth billions of dollars, this is how you get these in your hand. So what I'm going to do is invite y'all to get into this. That's the difference. I'm not here to make money off the people on YouTube. I'm here to help the people on YouTube. We're going to help everybody get to the money. Because what I do is take information that they don't give to you. They give them to pink folks. And I'm going to bring that pink folk information and give it to you. The majority of you never heard of a solo Roth until you saw me. People said, I didn't even know that existed. I was like, they're not going to teach you about a solo Roth or IRA Roth account. They're not going to teach you all these things. They're not teaching you about tax codes. Why would they? They don't teach economics in grammar school. Not the ones your kids are going to. They don't want you to know economics. My things are different. You know, my whole range, I'm not here to compete with people on YouTube. That's never been my intention. Yeah, no, that's crazy. Mhm. I know, right? That's bizarre behavior. That's a bizarre behavior pattern. So, congratulations to you on that. Good luck to you. But definitely go follow Kwame Brown Bus Life channel. Don't forget to join my Patreon, which is Carcino for Life. Anton Daniels' channel is called The Millionaire. What is it called? The Millionaire something. The Millionaire Mind or something like that. Or The Millionaire Morning. Go check out his channel if you like that content. The Morning Show. Okay, there it is. The Morning Show. So, the Millionaire Morning Show, right? Okay. I'm not going to sit here and call you guys millionaires and say, oh, you're going to be a millionaire. You stick with me, you're going to be a millionaire. I'm going to open your mind to the ideas that can help you in business. So you're going to be hungry to go out and do your own things in business and go way further than I could probably ever do in business. I spend my money trying to make more money. And everybody's like, you should get a studio and you could be a podcaster. And that ain't my goal. My goal is not to be in a chair for the rest of my life doing podcasting and stuff. This is cool now, but I'm trying to do other things and expand to go into different areas. I want to fund my own investments in projects that I got going, so I don't have to be a part of the cycle that everybody else is involved in. That's all I want to do is raise people conscious, open their minds up and say, man, there is opportunities out here. Like real opportunities. It's not just clickbait. It's not just, so if you learned anything on this video, you learned a lot. So if you're on my Patreon and you just type in business on my Patreon, you'll see all these things that pop up about business, everything that I'm teaching you. I teach you about the Roth accounts. Like when Dame Dash said he's in a family, he got a family Roth account. And can't nobody touch that money. That's why he can't be messed with, but you had to have millions to get in that. Like a golden Roth, you got to have at least 50 million to have in that account. You'll never go broke. And this is why I don't understand how NBA players who have access to this money and these opportunities go broke. Like Derrick Rose right now, he just did his retirement. And in Derrick Rose's retirement, he thanked Arn Tellem for investments that's going to make him a billionaire. So he's not going to have to ever work again. You know, it's just certain people who get to a certain plateau that they make the right business decisions that keep the money coming in constantly. I don't chase bags. If my money can fit in a bag, I don't want it. See, I'm about endless cash, generational wealth. Mammon, what they call that, where people used to worship money and create the god Mammon. Mammon, that's the god, money, wealth. They praise to it. Money is a means. That's it. A need to pay, and you constantly got to keep making it for your existence and living, for your comfort, your standards. I live quite comfortable. I'm okay. I don't need a 80-foot mansion. I don't need a large estate. I'm fine. I don't wish Anton to be a poor man. I don't wish for him to be in a bad situation. I don't wish for anybody to be in a bad space. I don't wish for nobody to be broke, especially people of color. I want us to excel and get out of this death trap they put us in. Right. I'm a man that came from the south side of Chicago, Robert Taylor Holmes, who thought better than to just sensationalize black on black crime like academics, who doesn't teach you anything. All he does is highlight crimes, violence, and everything else. Sold himself to a white man named DJ Vlad, who's opening up doors for him to talk to the Shade Room and all these other people so that he can get himself in the algorithms. So I'd love to see y'all on the Patreon. I'll be over there. I'm out. That's Carcino for Life on the Patreon. Thank y'all again. See you later.